Hi guys. I can't wait for you guys to start on Summer Moon. I know, long time no talk. I checked guys this morning and it's been I can't wait for you guys to start on Summer Moon. I know, long time no talk. I checked guys this morning and it's been I can't wait for you guys to start on Summer Moon. Hey guys, we got something going on. I know, long time no talk. I checked guys this morning and it's been I can't wait for you guys to start on something. Hey guys, we got let's see what's going on. I know, here. Long time no talk. I checked guys this morning and it's been I can't wait for you guys to start. Alright, can you guys hear me? Something happened with one of my settings, and I'm trying to figure it out. Whoops is right. Let's see what's going on here. Hang on, guys. I gotta try to figure this one out. Let's see. Whoops. Twilight Zone. Yes. Okay. As long as you guys can hear me, that's all I care about. Is it still reverberating? There's that output. Whoop, there's my audio. Desktop audio is built-in microphone. Let's turn this one off. Okay, wait a minute. We'll turn that one on. Turn this one off. Hang on, I think I'm getting there. All right. Okay. Hang on. I think I'm getting there. Okay. All right. Let's make sure that you're only hearing me once. Okay. Hang on. I think I'm getting there. Okay. All right. Let's make sure that you're only hearing me once. Okay. Hang on. I think I'm getting there. Make sure that you're only hearing me once. Okay, and I think I'm getting there. Alright, so you guys are only hearing me once? Alright, so you guys are only hearing me once? Okay. All right, let's see. Is there an echo now? Mary, are you still hearing me twice? Good morning, Deb. Gremlins is right. No, bad. So you're getting me twice, guys? Okay, so you can hear me. As long as you guys can hear me, that's all I care about. I don't care about me hearing it. I know what I'm talking like. Okay, only one. Good. All right. I'm excited about Summer Moon too. I saw that some of you have gotten your kits, which makes me so very happy. I have to go pick up. You don't want two of me, believe me, guys. I did hear from John that the kits are in. I've seen on Facebook that a couple people have gotten their kits. And that makes me really happy because that means you guys are going to be ready to go on the 6th or 5th. What's next Thursday's date? Does anybody know? Let me double check. We're going to get this started on the 6th. So I want you guys to be all ready to go, to rock and roll, as we say, so that you guys can get started on these quilts. Now, what I'm going to be giving you is the same information that I'm going to give the girls the first day during the classes at John's. So that's what it's starting out with. What started already? Christine, I missed you. The girls have not started yet. The girls here in the classes. We don't start until the 6th. Then they will start. But in the meantime, I want to get you guys at home started so that you know what's going to happen and can prepare for the things as they come along. Yeah, I'm ripping out stitches in case anybody wants to know. I thought I knew how to do something, didn't bother to pull out the directions to look at it, and stitched on the wrong side. Of course. Oh, you started already? Okay. The first thing that I want you to do, whether you're using the kit fabric or your own fabrics, one of the things that's kind of important is to know what you're going to be sewing with and when. So I'm going to show you how I went about organizing my book so that I could sew right along and didn't have a lot of problems. Now remember, you people at home are dealing with yardage. When the girls here in the classes are going to be getting it, they're going to deal with cuts. Okay? So the girls that are dealing with cuts, they're not going to have to make a couple decisions, where you guys at home are going to have to make a few decisions. So let me put this away that I'm going through. I've got items that I want that are going to be really handy for you guys to make these, and I want you to be aware of them. All right. The first thing is you absolutely have to have your book, okay? There is a link in the description below to the book so that you can go get it if you want to. All right? Hello, Libby. So what I did first was I went through, and on every month, you'll see, if you go to your page 3, you'll see every month tells what blocks we're making. And I went through and I actually numbered them so that I could go back and reference it later. All right? Oh. Oh, hi, Lee Allen. Hi, Libby. Hi, Christine. I think I said hi to everybody. If I didn't, hi, guys. The next thing that I did, those people that are getting a kit from John, I want you to go through on this page, which is page number 4. And I don't know if you can see it or not. I'll bring it close so you can. I labeled my fabric numbers according to John's calculations, or John's key. All right. So all my fabrics are numbered. Then what I did was I wrote the fabric number, all right, the old SKU number, which is right here, all right. Now this is an old SKU number. It's not a new one. And the new SKU number on everything of fabric. So I just took a little scratch pad. I wrote down my fabric number. I wrote down old SKU number. And then I wrote down new SKU number. All right. That will come in so handy down the road. Okay. Is everybody following me on how we're going to do that? Do I have everybody? Just want to make sure. Because that conversation all of a sudden stopped. I want to make sure I got everybody. Everybody still there? Sorry, guys. I got switched to live chat. Or top chat. I went live. All right. Let's see where we're at. All right. There we go. You should have an additional loose page in the book with all of that information. John was including it to everybody who bought a kit so that they could follow right along with us, okay? All right, so it looks like everybody's got me. So now what I want you to do is you can go ahead and get your first month fabric out. Now, what I did when I was getting ready was I would just sit with my book open. I would go to my block that I was going to make. So let me get to the first one. Here it is, the album block. I'd go to the very first block that I was going to make, and what I would do is look at the old SKU number. I would switch back to this page, all right, find the old SKU number, and then write the number next to my fabric. I would do that for every single fabric, all right, so that I knew exactly what fabrics I had to pull. Then I would go pull those fabrics from my stash, from all the stuff in the group, and I would write those numbers. I would pull those, then I would do my major cuts, all right? You'll see that on this block, it calls for 10 by 15 inch squares. Because you guys have got the bulk yardage fabric, you're going to have to cut your fabrics from the yardage. So what I want you guys to do is drop down here to the second part, and I want you to start making your cuts. Now my suggestion to you is that you find your largest cut width, and you cut that one. Then from that one, you subcut off of it. Because what's going to happen is you're going to find that you're probably going to get probably two sizes of blocks off of one cut of fabric. Got that, guys? I'm so excited for you guys to start this quilt. So that's what you're going to do. Then you'll be able to get started. There's a bunch of stuff, and I'm going to post it in the Facebook later today. The notions that I'm going to suggest that you get a hold of, whether you order them online or you buy them at John's, either way, it doesn't matter. But I am going to put together a list of the notions that I do suggest that you have alongside of the book, all right? I'm going to start going through those now, all right? The first thing I'm going to tell you is my pins. You guys know that, oh, you can't see it. Let me go grab a pack of them. Hang on, so that you can really see them. These are the pins that I love. All right. These are the clover. Yes, Nancy, I do. These are the clover pins, and I'll put a link to them over in the Facebook group. So if you aren't part of the Facebook group, make sure that you become part of it. These are clovers, and they're numbered 2510. There's 20 pins in them. They are 45, well, they're 50 millimeters long. As I said, they're clovers, and they are really fine pins. These pins will bend, all right? But they are worth it because they are so fine that when your presser foot hits, they are not going to be bending all over the place, all right? So those are the pins. You're going to want a seam ripper. I love my Jack the Seam Ripper, but get a seam ripper from anybody. Hi, Gypsy Woman. Get a seam ripper because you're going to want that. Another thing you're going to want is the opposite end. I like my Jack because I get both my stiletto. See my stiletto there? And my seam ripper in the same tool. All right. So we got those two things. I use the 45 millimeter rotary cutter. I like my Olfa one. I always have, I always will. All right. It's just my thing. The Creative Grids, my Creative Grids, either the 6.5 by 24.5 or the 8.5 by 24.5 inch ruler. Either one of those are fine, but I do suggest you get one of them. You're going to want a friction pen. Any type of pen that will disappear. All right. Now, keep in mind, friction pens, you only want to use on the reverse side. They do come out, but they don't come out permanently until after you've washed your quilt. All right. So a friction pen. I liked a lot this time my 4.5 inch square ruler, but I'm going to suggest that you get the 8.5, the 9.5, and the 12.5 Creative Grids ruler. Those are the three that I really used. Mostly, to be honest with you, the 8.5 and 9.5. All right. If somebody told me I could only have one square ruler, get the 8.5. All right. For the squares, you are going to need one long one. All right. So either the 5.5 or the 6.5 half-inch rectangle by 24.5. One of those. The other thing that I found on this quilt that there was a ton of is half square triangles. So you remember how I told you that you're going to want the friction pen to be able to draw on? The other thing you're going to want is a small ruler to just have sitting next to you so that you can draw your lines on your squares to make your half square triangles. Okay. I liked the 1.5 by 6.5. I would also recommend the 1.5 by 12.5. These two sit right next to my, right here, down here on this filing cabinet. They just sit right here so that I can grab them and put them back immediately. Okay? But you're going to be drawing a lot of half square triangles, so you're going to want a nice thin ruler to be able to do that. One that doesn't take up a ton of space, right? Another thing that was helpful but not necessary, I have this metal book stand from Bee in My Bonnet that I loved. You can see I got a couple of big Wonder Clips. Well, I have one now. But I had two big Wonder Clips on there the whole time I was making the quilt. And I would set my book on there. And then I just clipped that baby right on down. Let me grab my other big one, which is right here. I would just clip it right down. Then I never had to touch the book again until my blocks were done. It just sat here next to me. And it worked out perfect. I had it right here the whole time, and there were no issues. All right? The last thing I'm going to recommend to you, I didn't buy it until I was almost done with the quilt, and I'm really ticked off at myself for not doing that. I suggest that you grab the 28 millimeter Olfa cutter. The reason for it being is you are dealing with some really small pieces of fabric. And this just was overkill. It was far more than what I really needed. And I really wished I'd had a smaller one. So I do suggest the 28 millimeter. Other than that, just your normal scissors. I used Aurifil's white. Let me see if I have a spool of it right here so I can give you the number. I used Aurifil's, let me grab the number off the spool. 2024 white thread. That was the thread that I used to make the quilt. And then when I quilted it, I did it in really simple cross hatches. And if you want to see the quilt in person, come on up to John's and you'll be able to see it there, because it is hanging there in all its glory, getting ready for our next, for the start of our class, which our classes will be starting on the 6th of October. All right. We are going to be running the class schedules exactly like the book, so that it will be really, really easy for you to follow around with us. So month 1 is going to be October, November, December, so we'll go right on down the list and get it all done. Okay? Are there any questions about what we're doing and how we're going to do it? You guys are too quiet today. It's like you're not even here. Whoops, somebody just left. I don't blame them. We're not talking enough. Nobody's talking to me. I do recommend that you starch your fabric. Absolutely. I use one of two things, Mary Ellen's Best Press or Niagara Sizing, I think it is. Faultless. Oh, no, this is actual spray starch. Okay. Oh, good, Christine in Windy. Oh, you're taking notes? Whoops, sorry. Hi, Mary. So either Mary Ellen's or this Faultless is good. Hello, Mary. Did everybody get that all put together? Oh, good. Thank you. Oh, good, Sue. Have you been over to John's to see the quilt yet? Oh, I understand, Debbie. Do you? Yeah. Christine, because of my asthma, I have a hard time with the scented ones. So I use the unscented, but I love the lavender one. I would love to be able to use it. I just can't. Anybody have any questions at all on how we're doing this? So every month. Oh, good. I'm glad you saw it. So every month you're going to be sewing 3 blocks in 3 different sizes. All right. I will tell you that there are going to be some blocks that are really easy and they're going to be an absolute breeze and you'll love them. And then there's going to be other blocks that you're not going to be happy with. What I want you to do more than anything is just challenge yourself to get them done. And I think you're going to be doing just fine. Hi, Sue. Yep, it's 9 blocks a month. But I will tell you, Christine, I did them maybe in 2 days, 3 at the most. Did you take a picture of yours and post to the Facebook page yet? No, but I will. Yeah, I did post it in there when I said that there was a live today. I did post a picture of it all done. I think John is either sold out of kits or only has one left, maybe. You did one, Christine. Did you get it finished? I think it's going to be a nice project doing it in 10 months. I do not suggest that somebody does it in 2 months like I did. I just don't. I don't. I mean, I'm glad I did it, but... Okay, good. Thank you, Mary. So the first month we're doing... I'll pull out the book and give you a little heads up on the ones that we're doing. So the first month we're doing the album block, which I loved. That block was the one that... excuse me. The one that I embroidered my name in one block. I embroidered October of 2022 or September 2020. I don't know, August, whatever month it was. I did the month, and I did the name of the quilt. Just talking about it, Lisa, today. It doesn't start until the 6th. And what will happen is all 3 blocks will be posted on YouTube for you to be able to watch starting on the 6th. So the first Thursday of every month, all of the blocks will be posted. I do have a question for you guys, though. Do you guys want me to post all 3 blocks in one video? Or do you want me to post each block in its own video? Because that I needed to know. And since you guys are going to be the ones watching it, I want to make sure that you guys get it the way you want it delivered. So do you want me to do all 3 blocks? So it would be the first month would be the all album, the turn dash, and the Fool's Puzzle all in one video, or do you want me to split it up into 3 different videos? And I will create a playlist for them. Okay? That's no brain. We'll make sure that you've got a playlist so you can see them all. But honest, Sherry, it doesn't make a difference to me. Each block individually, okay. And then you can refer back to it. So, I mean, either way, it'll work out just fine. All right, Diane. The matter of ease, there's no difference to it. Putting them together into one or doing 3 separate ones. All right. Okay, so, ooh, I got a fruit fly in here. All right, so, you're right, Sherry. One would be easier to find, especially by naming it. It would absolutely be easier to find. Absolutely. So I will get those. They'll be ready to go when you guys are ready to see them, which will be fun. I like doing it this way. Okay, Bernadette. How are you, Bernadette? Now, if you're quilting from your stash, I do suggest that you still do try to, at least have a basic understanding of what fabrics you want to use and where. All right? Just because I think it'll help you later on. And it's really, really scrappy. So if I were you, I wouldn't worry too much. Just go have fun with it. All right? Just have a good time and enjoy the process, because it is going to be a lot of fun. I know it's It may seem like an awful lot, but honestly, guys, it didn't take me that long to do all of the blocks. I mean, and at the end, we've got one, two, wait a minute, no, we've got, once you get your blocks done, then we're going to start framing them. And that's nothing. That goes really fast. I framed every single one of my blocks. I did the medium blocks in one afternoon, and I did the large blocks in another afternoon. So it wasn't as daunting as what I thought it was going to be. Do not throw out your little pieces, your scraps of fabric, though, unless they're pretty small, because you will use the fabrics. I cut a tiny piece of each different fabric and glued it to... Oh, that's a perfect way to do it, too. So, guys, read what Christine did. She cut a tiny piece of each different fabric and glued it on the little fabric code page so that she could figure out which one went with which. But somehow you've got to organize yourself so that you can find your different fabrics. Otherwise, because there's different requirements for each fabric color, you could end up with a little bit of a whoops, and the fabric is already sewn out. Oh, I'm sorry, Bernadette. Hi, Donna. I am so very sorry. So, a week from Thursday, the videos will be up. So you've got a week to finish getting yourself organized and ready to go. Okay? And I'll get the list with links of all the things that I showed you today so that you can get your supplies ordered. Do you, Donna? This kit is the first, or this quilt is the first time I used it. And like I said, I was really sorry that I didn't have it the whole time, because when you get doing those half square triangles, you're just squaring up little teeny tiny pieces, and it would be much nicer to be able to, it was better once I got the smaller rotary cutter. That other one was just way too big. Drove me crazy. Is anybody else doing any other sew-alongs? I haven't seen a whole lot of them online, and maybe it's because I'm not looking, but I haven't seen a lot of them online lately. Oh, thank you, Mary, for saying something. Thank you, Lisa. I do appreciate that. Oh, Mary, that was nice. Mary understands what you're going through, Bernadette. I am off to Kentucky in, when am I going? I'm going towards the end of October, and I am so excited because I haven't been there in a long time. So I'm going to go down and just stay with the kids for a couple of days, which will be wonderful because I'll get to see them, and I get to see Olivia for her birthday, which I don't very often get to do. Tea with Tea Quilts have one starting in Jarrett. Boho Blossom. That's because you're a speedy sewer, Wendy. We got to slow you down. Block of the months, but not any sew-alongs. Okay. I wondered. Yep, we all have those, huh, Mary? Good ones and bad ones. We just keep going. I'm still ripping apart here, guys. I'm so mad at myself for this. Boho hearts. Okay. Oh, I didn't realize Pat was doing one with Fat Quarter Shop. That's exciting. So, what else is everybody up to now that we've gotten all the work that we had to get done? It's pouring rain here again. It's all it does, I think, that in upstate New York right now is rain. But I guess I shouldn't complain because it's not snow. Ooh, want to carry Yoders? I'm ripping out, I was being a smart aleck, Wendy, and I sat down and I thought, this is the demo for Quilt Club in next Thursday, and I thought I'd get it done ahead of time. But what it is, if I can put it back together again, I did it. I sewed it on the wrong side because I didn't bother getting out. I didn't bother getting out the directions because I thought, oh, I know how to do this. Yeah, well, guess what? I did. So what it is you take the square rectangle box, Kleenex box, and then I have, where's my ribbon? I threw that aside too, so that then I have a ribbon that goes around it. And then you have a pretty cover for your tissue box. Doesn't that look nice? So that's what I'm ripping out. I put it together, got it all ready to go, went to put the Kleenex box in there and realized that I sewed the rectangle on the wrong side. So now I have to rip them all out again, clean up all my stitches, and then I can start sewing again. Is it getting cooler in the UK? Good. Starting to cool off for the winter. It's gotten colder here. We actually had to turn the heat on in the house the other night. I'm doing Christmas one with Pat Sloan and Fat Quarter Shop. Also, Be My Neighbor with Pat Sloan. Finishing summer camp with Pat Sloan. And a block of the month with a local shop. Be My Neighbor with Pat. Okay, that one I wasn't. I have that pattern. That's a oldie but goodie. It's really a cute pattern. Yeah, I think it's a really cute project, Lisa. Fall's usually my favorite season, but all this rain, I may have to question that for a little bit. Because I don't like all this rain. So I'm going to undo this so that you can see what I'm doing. I need these two. All right. Hang on. Let me press this. We got to remember, ladies, to stand up as much as we can. It's important to get up from where we're sewing and move just a little bit here and there. So I'm just pressing these out again because I had to take them out and they got to get sewn back up again. So that's what I'm doing. Just pressing it out. speaking of irons, how do you like your boiler? I love it. I have to be very, very honest with you. Days like today when I know I'm not going to be ironing all day long, I don't turn it on because I really don't have enough ironing to do. But on the days that I'm going to be out here sewing all day long, I do turn it on and I do love it. It's really hot. It presses really nicely. I've had no issue with making spurts all over the place. It's been great. The only thing I'm not sure about, Wendy, is my instructions said that I should open up the boiler every night. I should unscrew the lid to the boiler. And I do have a problem with spitting at that point, and it's because the water's boiling hot. So how do you go about turning yours off at the end of the day? I wondered what you did with that, because I do love mine. Making a Halloween table ring. Oh, that's fun. Wow, Sue, you got a lot to get going. Yeah, Debbie, I know you guys do. That's true, Christine. Yeah, I'm not upset that that the hot steamy weather's gone by any means. We've had a lot of rain. And I guess a lot of rain's better than no rain. My instructions said to, Wendy, so I do, but I gotta be honest with you, it spits to the point that I've got a washcloth, a hand towel washcloth that sits behind mine so that when I have to open mine, I can. And I just kind of wrap the towel around it so that it doesn't sputter all over the place. If you still have your directions, read them, because I'm curious to see what yours says. I don't know if we've got the same one or not. But I do really like it. I honestly and truthfully use both of the irons. When I've got something really stubborn, that's when I do the other ones. Oh, yeah, yeah. Okay, maybe mine said not to and I just read it wrong. Oh no, Mary. Oh, good. I'll keep my fingers crossed too, Mary, because I want you to be able to sew. I know you enjoy it. That's important when you enjoy it. Yeah. So the first thing I do is turn down a 1/4-inch hem. Okay. I have fall placemats to make, 3 blocks of the month to make, the summer moon with you. Also Thursday we're doing a different block on my live sample. Kathy, you got your hands full, girl. That's a lot to do. A whole lot to do. So then I take it and I square it up because I want my fabric square so that when I go to put my box in there, it doesn't shift around and I don't have funny bias corners and stuff sticking out. So then I sew the side seam, which that only takes this whole project only takes a couple minutes. If I hadn't been stupid, not read my directions, they would be all done. But I didn't read my directions. I just wanted to do it. Brenda. Which Brenda's in? Is it Brenda Foley? Gypsy, Lisa Gypsy. Ah, hi Brenda Foley. She made it. I wondered if I was going to see you today. So now I fold across the bottom of it. I do backstitch on this thing. That's for sure. Because I think it makes it a little bit more secure. Here's my scissors. I do go back and trim my threads. You know, that's all that stupid stuff. Let me sew this one, and then I'll show you how cute it is. So you sew your pieces together separately and totally. Don't, you do the whole thing at once. And I'm going to have threads on mine because I had to rip mine out. Just so stupid of me. Oh well. So what's everybody else been up to while I sit here sewing? Oops, I did that wrong. Hang on. I'm hurrying up again and not paying attention to what I'm doing. My Mr. Remy's out here with me. He's going to be a year old, guys. Can you believe that? Remember when I first showed him to you? We weighed him this week. He's up to 85 pounds. He's a big boy, he is. But he's doing really good. And I love having him out here with me. I'm going to have to do some brain games with him today to tire him out because he can't go outside and run. You were sewing away. Ah. See what things happen when you check your phone? Oh, your 4-star general. How's it coming? So then you fold it in half with this seam in the middle. And then you sew across the bottom. Now comes the fun part. And according to my directions that I wrote down, you take and you measure in 2 inches on each side. Isn't that 2 inches? And you make a mark. Oh, I gotta go in a little bit more. And then you open it up like this. So you got a nice easy point like this so that it's in the center. And I just lay it down so that I can center it. And that one of the best things to do, see how I got it centered, is to take your ruler and lay it on there. And that will help you to tell if you've got it centered or not. Okay. So I lay it on there. And then I'm going to take it and turn it like this, so that I can make sure that I'm nice and centered. And I need to be 2 inches in. And then I draw a line. And that's where I'm going to sew. And you can stick a couple pins in it if you need to. Yeah, it's not nice here either, Marla. It's raining and yucky. And if you've got rainy and yucky there, we're going to have it here tomorrow. So I'll know what my weather's like. It seems like you guys get it, and then the next day we get it. So I fold it in, and see, now I got that little flap. So then I'm going to fold this side in and do the same thing. Got a little side piece. Take my little ruler. Make sure that I'm a good straight 45, and I am. And I'm just going to sew right across there. Did I draw my line good? No. Here we go. And then I'm going to sew that one. Then I got 2 more to sew, and then it'll be ready to put together. I'm going to clip my extra off here. I'll show you just a second what I'm working on. Yeah, I wish I could send it, guys, because I know you guys could use it. I'm making this Kleenex box cover. All right, so now that's done. I have to do the next piece. So here's my outside piece. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm just going to open it up. Yep, tissue container. Yep, you're right, Mary. It's a tissue box cover, so that you have pretty tissue boxes. You know, we like pretty things, ladies. What did I do with my square ruler? So I line this one up. 2 and 2. So now I'm going to go this way. I'm going to go 2 inches. I wish you guys could hear Remy snoring. He's right here in front of me, just snoring away. Joyce. Let's see. Oh, okay. I think I'm still caught up with the message, with the email, the notes. If I get lost behind the notes, guys, tell me. Comments. Mary, they're the cutest thing around. They're so easy to make. They're quick and easy. They're a nice little hostess gift too, guys. You know, honestly, why not? Take a box of tissue with you. So, measure over, which I've done. Now I sew across it, and then the best part, all right, so now this one I cut. These animals of ours, huh? Yeah, Remy does need a CPAP sometimes, I think. So here's the outside, and I'm going to try to find some pretty orange ribbon for it. I think I'm going to go with orange. So here's my outside. You take your inside and put it inside of it. I do like to put my seams together so they're both right there. I take them just like this. Pin them together. Make sure they're laying right. Sometimes it works better to just go and take and put your Kleenex box right in there. I'll show you. Take my box, just stick it in there and make sure I've got it all lined up properly. Okay. See how cute that is? All right. So there's your box cover. So now that I've got them all in there together and lined up nicely, I am going to take my clover tape. Where did I put it? I know it's here someplace. Well, I know I got it out. Or my Bowen is what it is. It's Bowen double-faced adhesive. Yeah, it's an awesome teacher gift. It's an awesome gift for anybody. They're so easy. Let me get this open and I'll show you what I do at the end. I cheat. I cheat because I want these lined up nice. So I will take this, it's called adhesive double-faced, and it's an adhesive tape. So I take a piece of it, get it out of there. I just push my inside fabric in. I take my adhesive tape. I stick it down. So that it's all tucked out of the way. If you clip your little corner of your raw seam, see my raw seam right here? I just clip my corner. Take my tape right over that edge. Keep going right around with it. And this tape has got enough adhesive on it that it just sticks right to the fabric without any issues. I go all the way around it. Oop. All the way back to where I started. Then I remove the paper after I've stuck it down. Yeah, this stuff is great because you can sew right over it. I do. I mean, maybe as far as I know, there's no issue with it. Then you grab a pin and you score it so that you can remove the paper. I get the paper off. And then I start at my seam again. I clip that little corner. Put my seams together. And then I just take it right around. And then what I can do is just line it right up at the edge. I sew through it all the time. I sew through it all the time. Yeah, they're great for when you're putting in a zipper because it keeps it really, really on garments because it keeps it together. Sorry. If I shouldn't be sewing through it, I do. No. When I don't have a problem with it. All right, so now it's all together. All right, scoot that down a little bit. It's all together. I press it really good. I got that one a little low. We gotta bring that up a little bit more. I like it because then I don't have to fight with it. Oh. Well, Brenda, you got me then because I've been using it. This says to position before sewing. It says right here. I am a rebel. Look. Can you guys see it? It says to position before sewing. So I think I'm allowed to. It says I can. I'm going to be a rebel, dear. And then I just go back and sew it. And then it's all lined up nice. I don't have to worry about it. It's all taken care of. Now, see, isn't that the cutest dang thing? Now the only thing I have to do is I have to find a pretty orange ribbon of some sort, or bright yellow, or something like that. And then I'll put my Kleenex box in there and it'll all be done. Cute bag, huh? Very simple, guys. Really easy. That's it. Oh, Brenda. I'm sorry. I haven't had a problem with this. And I think this is my 4th or 5th little box cover. See? Isn't that just the cutest? Can you imagine? Do I have an orange ribbon? Let me see if I have an orange ribbon. Hang on. Or maybe even a bright yellow one. Let me see. Ribbons. Here's a yellow one. It's a pretty big one, though. Do I have any green in there? No. I have pink. I have yellow. I have pink. I have off-white. I guess maybe we'll try this yellow, see what that looks like. Pretty thick. What do you think? How's that look? Cut my ribbon. Add a little fray check. Deborah Davidson, what did Deb say that I missed? I put a little fray check on it. Both ends. Because we don't want it coming apart any more than what it is. Yes. The raw edges, I start by, Gwenna, I started by basting, just stitching the raw edges over under 1/4 of an inch so that they were done. At the end, you've got 2 lines of stitch in there, but you aren't really going to see it. And then I just take my ribbon. And I just tie a square knot. And if you don't know how to tie a square knot, just tie a lot. There. Isn't that just the cutest little thing? Yeah, I turned under the long edge 1/4 of an inch so that it was all ready to go when I got to this point. I mean, I could have done the tape on the raw edge too, and then I wouldn't have had to sew it. But I think they're adorable. So now I have 2 of them. And then I just take my ribbon. You can pin your ribbon on, but it can be 2-sided. So I could also do my little orange dot on the outside. I don't sew my ribbon down so that I can do any color I want. I just take my ribbon, tuck my ribbon in there, and then I just fold it up and tuck it in the drawer with all the other linens. Then it's all ready to go for the next one. Yeah. So that's it, guys. Hey, you got a free little tutorial along with it. What do you think of that? All right, guys. Next Thursday, not this Thursday, next Thursday, all the videos will be up for the first 3 blocks. So you'll be able to get started, okay? Oh. That's all there is to it, guys. I will see you a week from Thursday. Okay, guys? If you have questions, let me know in the Facebook group or email me. All right? And I'll see you later. Bye, guys. Hey, don't forget to hit the thumbs up. Thank you, Lee. Bye, guys.